Welcome back, friends. This blog is in continuation of my last blog. Please subscribe to YouTube channel Embedkari to access detailed video related to this and other important topics. I just scanned through Python control and loop commands with C. I discussed working of Jupyter notebook and Python core libraries using the same. Key takeaway, I already discussed if else, for, while compound statements used for controlling the program flow. Today I will discuss about another compound statement with edge. Apart from that, I will discuss input file operations, string manipulation and web scraping with Beutiful-soup package. This will be followed by demo in Jupyter notebook. Input from keyboard. C functions scanf is one of the functions used for getting input from the standard input. And Python, we use input function, and this prompt is optional. Prompt will be presented to output without trailing new line. String manipulation. Here is a comparison between some of the C library string manipulation functions with corresponding Python functions. Calculating the length of string. In C, str length function. In Python, length function. You may notice in C there is return type and these types are there, but here we don't need to mention that. Copy a string to another string. In C, str copy function. Python s1 equal to s2. Concatenation, joining of two strings. C, strcat, Python s3 equal to s1 plus s2. Comparison of two strings, str comparison and maximum s1 s2 in Python. Converting string to lowercase, C, str lower, and Python s1 dot lower, where s1 is the string. Convert string to uppercase, C, str upper, Python s1 dot upper. File operations. In C, we use fopen, close functions. In Python, we can use open and file.close function, open close functions for file operations. We can also use with edge. So Python with statement supports the concept of a run type context defined by a context manager. This is implemented using a pair of methods that allow user defined classes to define a runtime context that is entered before the statement body is executed and exited when the statement ends. What does that mean? Means the entry will do initialization while exit will do necessary cleanup. So before the statement, before statement start, initialization will be done by the functions of the context manager. This helps to achieve a stable state. This is called exception safe, as supported by many other OOPS languages as well. We'll check this in demo for automatic file closure. What does that mean? Once that statement executed, after that automatically it will close the file, and that is what it is called, that exit will do necessary cleanup. So you don't need to close it. So this helps when any exception occur or anything happens, then that time it will close that, and there are different kind of options available in the context manager, what kind of uh, this exception safe level is required, so that it can avoid that file corruption. Anaconda packages from that Anaconda cloud, that Python libraries basically. So there are many Python based libraries available in Anaconda cloud. Let's try some web scraping with Python libraries. So one library, request library, this allows to do HTTP request using Python. We will see that this also, and we will you can verify its installation. Already it should be part of this Anaconda, but still you can use this conda search, and this, if it is not there, then conda install can be used. And similarly for Beutifulsoup, Beutifulsoup is a Python library to extract data from HTML, XML, and other markup languages. Again, we will verify the installation of package is Anaconda. Install if not found. You will find this, by the way. If Anaconda installed, then conda search Beutifulsoup. This way, it will show this output in my cases. And let's go to the actual experiment. So here I have written all commands. First of all, getting input in Python. So earlier version, raw underscore input was used for raw input, and input function was for integer and all other things. Now only one common input. So let's see how it works. So if enter a string, I can put simply ABCD whatever, and then run, and make sure that enter is pressed after that. Otherwise you may face this problem. So let me try it. If I run it again, because if you don't enter it after that, then this line may create a problem. Okay, then you see there is no output. So what we need to do, let's try this kernel and clear output first. Although there is no output, let's go there, run it here. I need to see that whether proper kernel reset is done or not. ABC, then enter. Now we can run. Okay, then it is saying string type print, it will say the data. If other data type is needed, convert it, for example, to get integer as input. So right now integer input. So again 1, 2, suppose if I enter, then run it, print. Here is another example. Suppose if you need float, then you can put that number, enter. I will show that output, run it, type float, print 12.5, and further go down, string manipulation, we will see that A is assigned one string, B is assigned another string, and length of A it will calculate. Then maximum A B, compare the two strings based on the first non-match character. So you can see that here L, here M. So whichever is greater, which follows that. So in this case M is greater because that follows that L. So ASCII character will be greater. So that's why A is greater than B, true. A equal to B, false. And similarly other operation, concatenation of these two string, very simple. Print A plus B, print B plus A. You can see the sequence. And multiplication, repetition, very simple. Changing the case, complete, lower, upper, and then you can see find a character. So it will show the position of the character. So starting from, you can see like 0, 1, based on that character in that whatever the string we have used, and from here actually 0, 1, 2. So white spaces are also there, and then D similarly in that 6th place in that and here stripping a part of string. So we have to provide this complete so that it will match it. So if strip parameter does not match, then it will not strip. So you can see here it will be same thing. If any parameter is not passed, then strip white spaces. In this particular case, L strip and that leading. So and in this particular case, the trailing part that you can see. So a file in the current directory can be opened. Now this is the file open operation. We'll see that. So you can simply open a particular file, and in the current directory I have this file, and in that simple open command as I discussed, then using that file.read we can read it and print the data and run it, and it says the data of that particular file. And after that, now you see that file is here, it is a text and name this, and after that you will see any open file must be closed because we have used this open command, so it must be closed. Once file is closed, you cannot make any operation on that. You will see that. So you get that error, and clearly that on IO operation on close file, that error. If the file is required for limited context, as I told you that if this particular file is required only for these two commands, one can use with as, with this and as file, to make sure that file is closed at the time of leaving the context. This is similar to exception safety feature of most of the OOPS languages like RAII, that is resource acquisition is initialization. This is the full form, or better, like this is constructor acquires and destructor releases. Whenever it exits this context, then destructor will clean up and release this particular file or resources. So this is helpful for multiprocess application, and you can see that same file now it has already closed. We have not used that closed file closed. So let's see that since the execution exited with context file already closed. So no further read is possible. If I try data file read again, what will happen? It will again throw the error because file is already closed. So we didn't use close function, but it has automatically closed after it left that context or executed these commands. This is what. Okay, so you may try other library functions like is alphanumeric or is alpha, is digit. So a lot of functions are there. And for the HTML, request and verify the response. So you have to import this request library, import using import, and let's pass the URL and R this response it will get from this URL and will print that content of the response. So you will see that from that website it will read that, and this is the content of the particular. Okay, so this is the form of the whole HTML. Let's try same thing using input and Beutifulsoup package. Okay, so for HTTPS URL import URL lib request we can use. Basically URL lib perform all the necessary certificate and host name checks by default, find all, and then we will do a text. What is the a tag? A tag is basically anchor text, usually gives the user relevant information about the content of the link's destination. An anchor is a piece of text which marks the beginning and end of the hypertext link. H-reference, what is H-reference? This is the hypertext reference. H-reference have one parameter as URL and the other as the clickable text, that is the hyperlink. You will see that how it looks like. This is the anchor text start. H-reference is this is the URL and this is the name of that. So if this is the document right now, and if I go through that, you will see that how it changed. So it will be like you can click it and that particular it shows like that. If I enter it in this particular document, it will show the complete thing. So this is what. So this is the way you can see that our website also. So we have to import this Beutifulsoup from this Beutifulsoup 4 and import URL lib.request here, and then input. I will input that website here. So I have to provide that website name, and I need to make sure that I enter after entering the website address, then it should take it. So you see here, like with this particular open, and this response will be basically response from that particular website, because URL I have passed through this. Just I wanted to show you that input with this input function. So I pass that using that URL, and this web page it will basically read this whatever the output we got it, and then soup will object will based on this Beutifulsoup, and we need to pass this web page and the parser, and the parser will provide that within that we need to find out all that a tag, so that anchor tag, so that we can have this links. And if I print that all links, so it will provide all links basically within that file. And other thing what we can do, now we have that soup object, you can try this uncommenting this also. I am not going to do right now. And what I will do instead, that I will use that this prettify that can be used to convert this Beutifulsoup parse tree to nicely formatted unique code string. So you will see that how it looks like after this proper formatted, that how the HTML file looks like. This is the complete this soup object with a proper readable format. And within that, then let's try to extract different data. And title of the web page, this is the title, and the title string, out of that it will take that title string and out of the title. And we can have the header also, we can look into that header, one header, and we can check the another header also. And then we can have h2 all information. Then information from that h2 header, you will see different information from our website like that. If you go to this embedkari.com, you will find all this information. So it is directly extracting from the website. So this is that exercise. You may also try with this. You can open any particular website. This particular website will provide you the list of companies with a social responsibility group. Then you may try to extract the data from that. Okay, so thanks. And let me go back to again that I have provided that reference of coding style. If you want to refer to this, you can go. Please subscribe to YouTube channel Embedkari for additional embedded related stuff, and also for C++ related debugging stuff that will be applicable to embedded as well as desktop based. And to find best open source tools and technology, check out open source discovery platform is findbestopensource.com. Thanks.